Bench ball is an invasion game with the tactical focus on maintaining possession, regaining possession, creating space, defending space, attacking the goal, and defending the goal. Split the students into 2 even teams. First, have them decide one player from their team who will stand on a bench on the opposite side of the playing area. Players spread out within the playing area, and one team starts with the ball. The aim of the game is to pass the ball amongst your team and get it to the other side of the playing area where you can score by throwing it to someone who is standing on the bench. Once a scoring pass has been completed, the player who threw the ball replaces the player who is standing on the bench and possession is given to the opposing team. To change it up and increase the difficulty of the game, you could make players stay stationary with the ball, meaning they cannot move when in possession of the ball. Another way to change the game to increase the difficulty would be to have players join on the bench when they score. This means they have one less outfield player, making it more difficult for them to maintain and regain possession and score points. Finally, another rule to add to increase the complexity would be to keep the ball off the ground. This means if the ball hits the floor when a team is passing, possession would switch to the opposing team. Other ways to change the game to make it different. You could allow students to move with the ball, or you could remove the benches, creating an end zone at either side in which the player could move from side to side to catch the pass. If students are finding the game too difficult, bring it back to a simple level by changing it down and making the game non-oppositional. Give both teams a ball and have the team's challenge simply be to pass the ball from one side of the playing area to the other without it hitting the ground before scoring a point. Once teams are successful at doing this, you can return to the oppositional version of the game and remove one ball. To assess student performance in this game, an emerging player would be a player who rarely gets possession of the ball and when in possession makes inappropriate decisions about what to do with the ball. A developing player would be someone who sometimes gets possession of the ball and when in possession is able to pass to a player who is not being marked. A competent player would be someone who frequently gets possession of the ball and when in possession is able to make appropriate decisions about what to do with the ball. A proficient player would be someone who consistently has the ball, shows excellent decision making, and is involved in all effective scoring and defensive plays. Some questions you may ask your students to encourage them to think critically about this game. How did you choose who was going to stand on the bench at the start of the game, and why? What strategies did your team use to attack and defend? How did the game change when the person on the bench changed? And what happened to your team strategy when you had less outfield players?